Yeah, man,
I,
that's too
I,
much
I
for me.
cannot explain the mindset. You need to speak to a psychologist or a psychiatrist who would be able to explain it a lot better than I can. But
Jesus, what a
it,
mess you are.
oh man, but now, thankfully, following the breakdown, I got my shit together and I got my life together. And
Well, you didn't have
what
a choice, did you?
no, no, I didn't. It got to a stage where it was either going to break me and kill me, or I was going to get through it. And like you say, I really didn't have a choice. And whilst it was the worst time of my life to go through, um, the other side of it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because I'm in a really good place now.
Oh, that you think you kind of had to go through to get to where you are now, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Hmm.
yeah, to get to the payoff. I call it Lofty 2.0, complete with new software, primarily around the gut, where I've had too many beers, but um, I have a better way of looking at the world now. I'm not anxious all the time, and like we were talking earlier, it's
Well,
so
because you're
take the
heavily medicated. No.
yeah, oh yeah, 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 exactly. No, like we were talking earlier, I'm more I'm more sure of who I am, and not in an arrogant way, but like in being able to deal with a client who says, "We really need you to do this particular type of read." Yeah, I understand that, but can we push that to the back of the session? Whereas previously I would have been perhaps too, oh my God, if I ask them, they may never use me again.
But it
So,
took
you know,
all of this nonsense to get to that point, huh?
oh, absolutely, Eric, absolutely. It's And whilst we spoke about the worldwide interweb before, it has brought with it social media. And social media, whilst it has many benefits, the downside is people are continually comparing their lives to other people, or how many likes they get on a certain thing, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're living and dying by how many people like what they posted on Instagram, and that's a really sad place to be.
Well, actors especially, and the voiceover actors too. And we've talked about this on this channel before, and man, I hope just one or two people get it. There's so many actors out there that they fool themselves into thinking that they're working when they're just networking with other actors,
Mm,
on Facebook or Twitter or whatever the hell it is. And Glenn, I'm this and whatever, and creating this fake, kind of identity or bragging about, I just booked a awesome voiceover job. Yeah, that's your job. Like, I'm glad. Of course
yeah,
you did. Why are you telling all the other actors about it? Go tell the people that hire people.
yeah,
But that does
exactly.
make it harder for everybody else because now you feel, well, do I have to post everything that I get now, or hopefully somebody else does? Or did you like the picture of my smoothie this morning? Or oh my God,
Yeah,
man. Yeah, but
yeah,
I
and
mean, if you're going to be anxious, holy shit, that's like a perfect, recipe for anxiety.
oh, for sure. And one of the things that I'm getting a lot of from people who I don't even know who have read the book, in laying it all out on the pages, thank you for doing so and for having the courage to do it. But there was so much in there. Obviously, dwarfism only happens to one in every 25 to 50,000 people born. So that's not something that a whole lot of people relate to. But being discriminated against, bigoted against, marginalized, suffering anxiety, suffering depression, being bullied, these are things that people do resonate with. And the messages I'm getting from people are just incredible. They are just so incredibly heartwarming, saying, thanks for doing this, and also for showing me that there is a way out of this, that if you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll get through it. Because I think a lot of people feel as though, they can't. To anybody, and I mean this with all sincerity, to anybody who's watching this, who is either suffering with internal struggles of their own, because we don't always see it, or somebody who is, then please, there is help out there. Find someone who can either help you or help them, or if you can help them. It's I think just part of it is knowing that somebody is there, someone's got your back. So
What is it though? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? How did you kind of snap out of it? What changed? Where you say was it just getting professional help, or are you just saying I can't just sit here staring at the walls. I got to get back to work, or what? Where was
it
the you know what I mean when it went okay? Click. This has to change.
I got a lot of professional help doing cognitive behavioral therapy, along with medication, because there was that chemical imbalance there for a while, which fired off all the synapses that sent me into this tailspin to begin with, and so that had to be managed chemically, and then the rest was through therapy sessions.
You know, that's really what everybody says. And I was going to say like it's that easy. And it's not that easy because there's still like behavioral cognitive behavioral therapy and stuff. I mean, it's work. You got to put the work in to
You
get
got to
out.
work it.
But
You
there
got
is
to work.
usually you got freaking something wrong with you, man. There's some your chemicals are off kilter, and that's what causes in very very many instances. And so between medication and between talking therapy and getting the help, that's the beginning of changing it. And there's so many people that are spending their whole lives just in this funk when it's like, man, just call somebody and like fix this. This is a medical thing. I've been living with this headache for 10 years. What are you done? Freak, go get aspirin. Like it's there. We can fix
Yeah,
this. We have the
exactly.
technology.
Well, that's the thing about it, is that with also mental illness for so long was this no that people, oh no, you don't talk about that. That's the dirty little secret that no one wants to mention. And the other thing is that unless it's really obvious and you see somebody having a mental trauma like a schizophrenic breakdown or acting out verbally and physically, that there is something wrong with them. People can be managing this behind, this, and you may not know. So it's because people don't know it and can't see it. You can't necessarily see it that people don't always appreciate it's a real thing. And again, I use the analogy of saying to somebody who's battling with mental illness, oh, look, buck up, you'll be fine. It's like walking into the orthopedic ward of a hospital and going up to somebody with their leg in traction. Hey, man, just go for a run around the block. You'll be fine. No, it doesn't work like that. It's a real thing, and you need help to get through it.
Yeah, fix it. Go fix it. We have, like I said, we are
We have the
able to do it.
technology.
And yeah, in most instances, it's a fixable thing. It's just a matter of, I think some folks even know that, but they're just so in it. To even crawl out is tough. Or
Oh,
maybe
God,
you
yeah.
get to a point where you just say, it's you don't know how to live any other way, and you almost embrace it.
Yeah, it's yeah. I think you make a good point. It's people don't know how to get the help or how to find the help, or unfortunately they can't find the right help. It's not a one size fits all. You might go to a therapist who's not the right fit for you. It's like, well, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like you move on to somebody who you relate to and who you can work with and work well with.
Well, you don't know what the person next to you is going through, man. So be good to each other.